Hi everybody, I'm back and today I'm going to do my very first collab. So a collab is where a bunch of well, first somebody hosts it. They're like the leader of the collab, and then she invites other people to do a video on topic of what her chosen topic is. And so hers is going to be, first of all, her name is Brady Browning, and her open collab is called Thanksgiving Thursdays. And so she invited people to make anything they like that they might have at Thanksgiving. It could be drinks, appetizers, side dishes, main courses, desserts, anything you like. So I chose a pumpkin pie. Not just any pumpkin pie, the easiest pumpkin pie I could figure out to do. The reason for that is I'm a cookie baker, even a cake baker. Pies are not my friend. I just never did learn to do a beautiful crust. And I hear about it within the family. So one day I'll learn. So anyway, we're to do a collab all 4 Thursdays of November, including Thanksgiving if we want, or just one, or you can do 2 or 3. So it's up to you. So to get right down to it, mine is perfect pumpkin pie, and it's almost the exact same thing that is Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk's recipe. I changed just a few things. So I'm going to link the recipe down below, and also anything else that comes up that I mention. So to start off, I'm just going to take my prepared crust. And the reason I use that, I went over. I'm not the greatest crust maker. It's sad, very, very sad. Well, you know, I think if you put enough whipped cream on it, it doesn't matter. And it's the thought that counts. And presentation is everything. And everything else you can think to say. Am I right? So, I'll put my little crust here in my pie dish. I'm using just a 9-inch pie of a glass pie pan. You know, I don't remember my mom ever having glass pie pans. She had metal ones. And I don't know that many people use those anymore. The same with cake, pans. When I was first married, my 9x13 cake pan, like you'd make a birthday cake in or something like that, was metal. And I had that for years, and I don't own one anymore. I just have glass. And I've heard that it makes a difference in browning. We'll have to look at that. So anyway, that part is done. So now I just take a bowl, and I want to put in a can, 15 ounce of pure pack pumpkin. Libby's is my favorite. And thank goodness they're back in the stores now. For a while you couldn't find them nowhere. In fact, I ordered some from another company from far away, just so I'd have some, but now they're back, and they're back big and proud and strong, and there's no shortage. In my area, anyway, are there shortages in your area? Take that off. Put the pumpkin directly in here. This is a super easy, I think I mentioned that, pie. I made this pie first in 1978 when I was brand new married, and my family thought it was, tasty. So this is the pumpkin pie that if you're going to have me make it, you're going to get. So then a whole can of sweetened condensed milk. Oh, these are sticky. No matter how much you try, it's still sticky. I have a friend that likes to eat this on cereal. She knows who she is. Well, she probably doesn't do it anymore. She did it when we were kids, I think. I think on Rice Krispies. Specifically Rice Krispies. Truth be told, I'd probably eat it. I'd like it if I ate it, I mean. Okay, so you mix that around a little bit. Actually, it says to whisk it. You can use a mixer, but it doesn't say to, so maybe not. Give it a whirl. So, we're coming up on the secret ingredient. This special thing that I had to work today to get because it's not the right time of year for it, apparently. Instead of 2 chicken eggs, you want to use 2 duck eggs. And apparently ducks don't lay as well after the month of September. And here we are, nearly November. And there was a sweet lady down the road who on Facebook said, oh, I have some. So I went and, well, actually I sent my husband to get some. So the reason that I like duck eggs is because, and I wrote it down here, they're higher in protein, they're larger than chicken eggs, they're yellower than chicken eggs, and it makes a difference in your baked goods. They have a richer flavor, and in baked goods, it makes them fluffier. And with a pumpkin pie, especially when it doesn't have flour and leavener or whatever in it, it makes a difference. So I got this information from a page called Ag Informer /duck eggs, but I'll post that at the bottom so you can look too. I know some people do, but I wouldn't eat like scrambled duck eggs because I think that'd be too rich for my taste, but definitely baking. So anyway, oh, and the shells don't go apart on you. The shells are super strong on a duck egg. Let me show you if I can. Oh, coming around. Darn it, I'm not a very good camera person either, but they're very orange, and full of vitamins and goodness. So just pop those yolks a little and give them a stir in there with that sweet condensed milk and pumpkin pie filling. After this, there's 2 more ingredients. So this is basically 5 ingredients unless you want to count the crust. Really easy. You know, if you've got a teenager who wants to help make something for Thanksgiving, and this might be a first pie, maybe when she grows up, she'll make real crust, not like Kendra. So anyway, I make my own pumpkin pie spice from the recipe that I got from Pioneer Woman. And I can link that down there too. So what I'm going to need is 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. When I use the last of a spice that I have, I'll put the jar through the dishwasher and then use it for my own things. And I do this with, like taco seasoning and other stuff. So 2 teaspoons. 1, 2. So I texted my daughter last night and I said, hey, do you guys eat pumpkin pie, right? And she said, yeah, why? And I said, because I can't keep feeding my family these. I have to share because they don't need this, so much. So, and then the last thing is half teaspoon of salt. I use iodized table salt for this. I like to use Himalayan pink salt if I'm making, like dinners or something, but here we go, half. But for this, just table salt. I think that balances the sweet probably for sure. And we'll give that a little run for its money here. Get it all nice and done up. Okay, so a problem that I have is with the crust burning. And when you see the picture, the still picture of the finished product, it'll look like the crust burned, but it didn't. And I'll show you why it, well, not burned, but got too brown, but it didn't. I'll show you why it looked like that. And then I figured out a way to keep from doing that. And I'll try to remember to share that. Okay. So then you'll simply pour it into the crust, raw. You don't cook it. Like some pie crusts, you would bake it before. You don't do that with a pecan pie or a pumpkin pie. Now pecan pie, I'm good at. I am good at pecan pie. That's like my thing, and I don't know why I didn't make it, but I thought, no matter what I did, it's still going to have this this kind of store-bought crust. And I'm really okay with it. I don't know why I keep apologizing. Okay, so that's, it came in a 2-crust roll, so I have this other crust left over. What I do is I take a round, can you see that? A round cookie cutter. And I just make these shapes, and it would have been leaves, but I could not find my little bitty leaf cutter, cookie cutter. I suspect it went into somebody's Play-Doh box. No names, patience. So then you take these, oh, I almost forgot to cut it. Hold on. If you have leaves, it'll be prettier, but this is fine. You know, since it's such a store-bought crust, I'm trying to make it look more fancy. Fancy. So I just do this all the way around. I've never done this part before. This is my first fancy it up. I have a friend, Kathy, from Southern California, who sent me a recipe for a very interesting homemade pie crust that I think I'm gonna try next. Maybe with the pecan pie. She swears by it, says it's easy and delicious. So, Kathy has twins, adult twins now. When I first met her online, I was the member of a group, and we were all having our babies around the same time. And she had twins. We would actually labor watch when each of us was in labor. And then years later, this was maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, a bunch of them got together, they're grown children now, and went on a cruise from, started in Louisiana, in New Orleans, and then they went to the Caribbean, and I was going to go, but that was right when I was learning about my lupus and how much the sun really makes it flare on my face and makes me just miserable. And so I didn't know what it was back then, but I knew that it would make me miserable. And I was like, let's go to Alaska. Everybody said, we don't want to go to Alaska, we want to go to the Caribbean, or wherever it is they went. I can't remember, it was something like the Caribbean. One with islands and tortoises and snorkeling and fun. They had an absolute blast and got to know each other even better. So that's kind of cool. It's nice to have friends that are with you for years and years and years. Okay, I know you're not going to be able to see this, but I've overlapped these squares. I promise, as I do videos, I'm just going to get better and better at this, but I'm new to editing, and I'm really new to everything. But I feel like every single time that I do a video, I learn more, and I really do. So it's going to get better. Also, something else I do on this pie to make it, try to fancy it up, is after I've got these floofy things that are supposed to be leaves around the edges, I take these spiced pralines, or praline pecans, I don't know what you call them, but I got this recipe from Whippoorwill Hollow and Ms. Lori, and she's from Arkansas, and she did one of these collabs as well, not this one, but another, with fall things, and this was the thing she made, and I think they're delicious. So I put one in the middle, and then just kind of around the border. Then when I put this in the oven, I'm going to put it on 425 degrees for 10 minutes. At the end of that 10 minutes, I will put the temperature down to 350 degrees. That's fine. 350 degrees till 45 more minutes or so. Now, here's where I went wrong before, and I won't do it this time. Before, I took an egg wash, just an egg white, And I beat it up and, broke up the protein so I could spread it and mix it less binding and more loose so you can spread it if you whip it really well with a fork. So I took this thing and I painted that egg wash all around this. And then I took cinnamon sugar and I just dusted the leaves around so that they would have a sparkly, cinnamony, crunchy candy flavor. Well, they got so brown. Even though I covered it, they still got brown. So what I'm going to do this time is when this comes out of the oven, while it's still hot and cooling down and some of the moisture and steam is coming out, without egg wash, I'm going to go ahead and put some on there. That way I think it'll work out. Learned a lesson? You don't have to. So, again, this is the perfect pumpkin pie recipe with just a few changes. And originally from 1978, Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk company with just a few Kendra changes. And thank you to the lady that gave me the duck eggs. Sold me the duck eggs. $5 a dozen, good deal. It's just about what you pay for chicken eggs anymore. I would put this on I did put it on a pizza pan to put it in the oven so that when you get it out, it's just a lot easier to handle because you can grab the handles rather than this. Because when it first comes out, it's going to be wobbly. You'll think it doesn't really look done, but as it cools, if you've made pumpkin pies before, you know that it solidifies just like a pecan pie does. It becomes more gelatinous or whatever, and so you don't have to worry about it not being done. It's not like a cake that you can put a toothpick in. That's not going to work because it's always going to come out moist each time. Let's see. I think that's it. Thanks, Brady Browning, for allowing me to be a part of your collab, and I can't wait to do the next Thursday, and I'll do something I know how to do then, not a pie. So if you feel like you want to, I'd love if you wanted to comment, like, subscribe. I'm kind of new, and so I have, I think, 56 subscribers, and I begged for most of those. So sad. Anyway, go out and find some joy. Bye.